Montana lawmakers expected to attack LGBTQ plus rights in 2023. Several bills impacting the LGBTQ plus community are expected to appear at the Montana legislature this session. Bills that seek to ban information about sex and sexuality, limit gender-affirming healthcare, and prohibit kids from seeing drag shows are just a few LGBTQ plus rights issues Montana lawmakers plan to address in this session. A drag queen performer of the Imperial Sovereign Court of the state of Montana said the number of shows she performs in annually has soared in the past few years. She said, quote, "Depending on how distracted I get, it can take me an hour and a half to 3 hours to get ready, just kind of depending on everything going on, if I'm chit-chatting or just power painting as I call it," end quote. In this session, lawmakers anticipate returning to discussions about how LGBTQ plus people are recognized and received in society. Montana Human Rights Network policy staffer Sean Rieger says their group is monitoring incoming bills. A newly elected Zooey Zephyr has spoken out against these attacks on the community. So,
we have a video for this, Steve?
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Well, you know, one of the things that this is obviously a very important story, but it's important to also understand that this is not unique to Montana. This is not unique to Florida. Right now, HRC in 2022 noted 23 states that has anti-LGBTQ plus legislature, and 13 of those actually passed into law. So it's only 14 states that did not. And for 2023, I guess those 14 are going to be less because Montana was part of those 14. So the attacks on the community continue to grow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we recognize this as part of Hollywood Pride. We're bringing back our drag queen story time this year. So we're very, very proud. We're having our fabulous Misty Eyes hosting drag queen story time.
Fabulous. And it was incredible last year.
Broward County Public Library is helping us with a banned book corner at the Youth and Teen Zone at the event. And these small acts of protest are things we have to continue to do because these attacks are not going to stop. Florida's exported these bills to all of these states that are out there. And it's just really important that we keep up that fight. And, you know, as Al has said before, let's take time to enjoy the holidays because January we have a lot of fights ahead of us.
Yeah, it's true.
I agree. And these laws are not going to stop every time. We are still the convenient scapegoats for political for political gain. Let's face it, you know, these legislation would never come across anyone's desk except that they know that these laws bring them votes. It brings them the quote unquote value voters, you know, the people who has been emboldened by the current cultural trend of openly voicing your hatred. Something that was brought back by conservatives in the age of, in the age of Trump.
Of course.
Not that I want to speak his name out loud.
No. But we have to look at the grain of positivity in this, right? That like with all this horrible attacks on our community, all these anti-trans bills, right? Our drag queens are working more than ever, right? You make us more popular by talking about us. Keep talking about us,
you know? It's the real life version of the Streisand effect. Like the more people talking about something, the more people complain about something, the more people want that something.
Yeah.
And you know, I think the difference now is that, you know, you have shows like We're Here on HBO also that shows the drag community to people that could not see that in their local community, and then they're taking this show to small towns across the country and making a difference. And this is, you know, it's a TV show, but it is a ground game for them, and you see the effect that they're having. And again, you can't push progress backwards. It's not going to happen because everybody has access to what is a drag show? Is it harming children? And we know the answer is no. So these, you know, keep passing these bills because you look more and more ridiculous. You look more and more outside of the mainstream view of what most Americans think.
Yep, you can't silence us all.
No.
LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Laura are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out Television Network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. like this broadcast, and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBTQ+ community.